完成时间是10个小时29分52秒，恭喜。Fourth position is Emil Christian Manole, representing Team Salomon at a time of 10 hours 16 minutes 59 seconds. 第4名係 Emil Christian Manole， 代表 Team Salomon 10個小時16分59秒。第4名是 Emil Christian Manole， 是 Team Salomon。 完成的时间是10个小时16分59秒。Well done. Coming in third position is Benjamin, representing the North Face with a time of 10 hours 7 minutes and 53 seconds. 第3名係鄧國文。 代表 The North Face 完成嘅時間係10個小時7分53秒，恭喜國民。第3名是鄧國民 ，represent 代表 The North Face 完成的時間是10個小時7分53秒，恭喜。鄧國民好多 fans 啊！ And then second position is Chin Gui-du, representing Utopia, in the record time of 9 hours 51 minutes 11 seconds. Congratulations. 第2名係錢貴都，代表 Utopia， 完成嘅時間係9個小時51分11秒。第2名是錢貴都，代表 Utopia。 完成的时间是9个小时51分11秒，恭喜恭喜！ The 2025 Antaguanjun Hong Kong 100 ultramarathon champion is Man Guangfu, representing Hoka, China. Finishing time of 9 hours 43 minutes 10 seconds, a new course record. 我哋2025年安大冠軍香港100越野跑嘅冠軍係孟光富，完成嘅時間係9個小時40分10秒，代表 Hoka 係一個新嘅賽事紀錄，恭喜恭喜！ 我们2025年安大冠军香港100越野赛的冠军是孟光富，代表 Hoka， 9小时43分10秒，是一个新的纪录，恭喜恭喜！也是很多粉丝。 那大家留步，我们拍一个照。Can everybody stay and give us a big smile, a big grin, and we'll take a group photo together. Thank you very much. Well done. Thank you very much. 谢谢大家，谢谢大家。
Just finished up presenting all the awards to the top 10 male runners.
Well, we are congratulating the top 10 men finishers today. We got the fourth winning the finisher today too. Number 9, 中国跑手唐景嫣，恭喜你，完成时间12个小时19分钟，恭喜。 唐燕姬，恭喜你！
So if anybody is just tuning in now, we have all the, we just had the presentations of all the awards to the top 10 male runners, and then we just had all 3 ladies runner came to the finish line, and today it's a celebratory moment as we have 4 of our racers breaking 4 of the course records, and that includes the first and runner-up of male runner, and also first and runner for the female runners. You can see from the screen Fu Zhao cheering for Meng Guangfu, the winner of Hong Kong 100 today. He managed to finish 9 hours 43 minutes. It shaved 17 minutes from the last record that was achieved by Yo Pei Chen. A lot of fans asking to take photos.
Yeah, great celebrations there at the finish line. We're expecting a prize ceremony for the top 3 women very soon, which we will bring you, celebrate their achievements.
See so many supporters waiting at the finish line, waiting for maybe her friends or family members.
And you too, congratulations！ 恭喜晒，翻到嚟終點啦！完成今日100公里嘅比賽，絕對唔簡單啦！恭喜晒！236，恭喜你！原配，恭喜你完成時間12個小時35分鐘。
我等10年姐，他马上來了，在那兒。有，我給你拍照。
還有也完咗比賽啦 ，congratulations！ 恭喜你完成今日100公里嘅比賽。我哋又有一個女仔嘅拍手翻到嚟啦，女孩子7號佘麗姐，恭喜你完成時間12個小時31分鐘，恭喜你！
It's always like it always feels like you just had a dream after you finish the race and waking up the next morning, wondering what you've been doing for the past maybe 24 hours. Yeah, it just brings back a lot of my memories racing this event twice.
Yeah, what have you tended to do Charmaine, on your Sunday after doing this event? Do you remember? Do you have a particular routine you enjoy for your recovery day?
One thing that I couldn't quite remember what I did on the Sunday after the race, but then surely what I could remember is I cannot walk. I couldn't walk. I could barely got myself able to get myself out of bed. So yeah. And I remember when I was racing for the first year, I didn't move to the place that I am living in now. So I had to climb up 4 stories of stairs just after I finished the race. So yeah, you just cannot imagine how difficult it is after finish running 100 kilometers, and yet you had to climb 4 flights of stairs until you get home.
The walk-up building, the curse of the walk-up building.
Yes, yeah.
Well, good job. I hope you enjoyed Jeff looking a bit beaten up at the end of this race, but what a hero. He's always...
Oh, he's
look
give
at
us
that.
a kiss.
A moustache for the camera. Yeah, not sure he had his best day on the trail today, but a true trail warrior as always. Looks like he's got a well-earned beer at the finish line. Jeff, of course, was sat in the commentary seat last year alongside our teams as we broadcast this race globally for the first time in this bilingual setup. Back on the trail this year. Exciting to see him racing again.
I almost couldn't recognize Jeff there until you said it's Jeff because of his moustache.
Ah, yes, the disguise.
Yeah. There'll be presentation for the top 3 women in any moments now. As I can see, the winners, they are going to get a bottle of some kind, maybe some kind of alcohol.
That's right, they actually have a tradition of presenting their own custom bottles of wine that are Hong Kong 100 branded.
Presentation for the top 5 ladies. Coming in 5th position is Qilingji with a time of 12 hours 31 minutes and 34 seconds. Qilingji. Team Salomon, Qilingji. 池玲姐
I'm just looking at the elite runners who are doing the Grand Slam. Alexander Bourget, he just passed checkpoint 9, which is the last checkpoint at Letman Pass.
Yes, great spot. Thank you for picking up on the Grand Slam conclusion. We're just awaiting the presentation for the top female elites who have crossed the line already. But yes, the Grand Slam's still very much ongoing. We've seen the first 4 male athletes cross the line.
Thank you, Mary. So coming in the 5th position is Qilingji, Team Salomon, with a time of 12 hours 31 minutes and 34 seconds. 第5名嘅係Qilingji Team Salomon 嘅運動員，完成時間係12個小時31分34秒，恭喜恭喜！第5名是Qilingji，是 Team Salomon 的，完成时间是12小时 And then coming in the fourth position is Tang Jingyan.
Was Cherling Jie there on stage collecting her prizes for coming in fifth. Cherling Jie, fantastic run by her today. Next up, Tang Jingyan, who we've seen on the trail a few times early on in our coverage. Very strong performance from her.
Well done, Jingyan.
And there she is, Jingyan. Always smiling at races.
Well done, Jingyan from Team Solomon. 恭喜唐景賢，完成時間係12個小時19分07秒，代表 Team Solomon 嘅。
Jingyan, great to see her racing in Hong Kong.
完成時間是12小時19分07秒，代表 Team Solomon， 恭喜！恭喜小商。
So she's just 10 minutes behind
And
the
then coming in the
third
third
position,
position
Hao Habi.
is Hao Tiha with a time of 12 hours, 9 minutes and 11 seconds.
And Hao
representing
Habi, of
youth
course.
sports.
We've been celebrating her efforts all day long.
考Tiha 完成嘅時間係12個小時9分11秒，代表嘅係 youth sports。第三名是 Hao Tiha。 完成的时间是12小时09分11秒，代表的是 youth sports。
So there is the trophy that Dan Guomin was talking about.
Oh, yes,
The real
you're right.
trophy.
Yes, you're right. Good point.
And the flowers on top of that trophy is actually the signature flower of Hong Kong. I don't know what's it
That's
in
right,
English.
the Bohemia flower.
Bohemia,
it's
yes,
called,
that's
yeah.
right, yes. Here is Veronica, our well-known local runner who's from
Finishing time
actually
is 11
Slovakia.
hours, 25 minutes, 22 seconds. Well done, Veronica. And the champion of the 2025 Guangzhou Hong Kong 100 ultramarathon is Samaya Buddha. Congratulations, Samaya, with a new course record. 恭喜恭喜！我哋2025年香港100 ultramarathon 嘅冠軍係 Samaya Buddha。 Samaya 嘅完成時間係11個小時11分47秒，亦都係創新咗一個新嘅紀錄。我們2025年安保冠軍香港100越野賽的冠軍是 Samaya Buddha， 完成時間是11個小時11分47秒，也是一個新的賽道紀錄，恭喜！ Well done, ladies. Please let us have a happy picture. Please raise your buckles. 8年們啊，就嚟其實嘅啦，恭喜恭喜！好，謝謝大家。Thank you.
Back at the finish line for some final celebrations here as we'll try and round off our live stream with a quick interview with Hohati, our third placed female who's attracted so much attention. And then we'll talk to the race event organisers, Steve and Janet, to get their overall take on the day of action and indeed their 3 days of trail running celebrations for the Hong Kong 100 events. And then we'll show you some of our highlights from the day, our visual montage of our best moments from today's live stream to celebrate everything that we've seen and transmitted across the many hours of broadcasting before we start to wrap things up. Okay, standing by, we'll be heading to the finish area very soon to talk to Hohati with our reporting team on the ground there. We look forward to hearing Hoha celebrate her incredible race across the mountains today.
Hi everyone, I have Hao Ten Ha here. She just won the, came third in the 100k race in the women race. So congratulations, Hao. How are you feeling? It's your first race in Hong Kong. You've done so well. Tell us about it.
I'm feel sick. But I'm okay. I'm okay. The day not my day because I treat my uncle in sick time. So the third time is very hard for me. I need to stop for a few minutes. Then the real thing I'm DNF, but I'm not. I just say no, I'm not DNF. I keep running.
What a great achievement!
Yeah. Yeah, I need time to recover. So in the middle of the race, in 40k, my body not feeling well, but I'm okay.
Yeah, really good job.
Yeah.
So it's the first time doing this race on this trail, on this course. How did you find it? Did you like it? Did you love it? Or you just hate it?
I know, I love that. I love the race. I love the people in Hong Kong and I love the organizer. But you know, in the last checkpoint, and go to to the last checkpoint. I met my coach, and go to the last checkpoint. I see many monkey. The monkey. I never seen a lot monkey.
Did you like it?
I like that. But
you will be the first runner that say that you actually love the monkeys here, because a lot of the runners, international runners, they didn't really like the monkeys. But yeah.
Yeah, for me, I love that. I show many monkey, but I don't have anything to give to a monkey.
That's so kind.
Yes,
and
so cute.
So, comparing the trails back home where you train in Vietnam, in Sapa, and the trails here in Hong Kong, are they very different or are they quite similar?
Oh, yeah, really different. Here, too much concrete, and many steps.
The famous stairs. Lots of people complaining about that too.
Yeah, really different. I like technical, but here too many steps. So I try to fix myself, but in the last 20k it's okay to my body. I'm feeling good.
And this year, the women competition is actually really fierce. The competition, they're so strong, they're really fast girls. And yeah, how do you feel after running with these girls?
Oh yeah, I feel great. You know, I happy to run with the elite like Samaya or Veronica or another elite. So every people stronger every year, every moment, every day. So I feel great.
Very, very good. So my last question is that, will you come back next year?
I will change step and then I will come back.
Great. We'll see you next year then.
Yeah.
Congratulations. Get some rest. Going back to your studio.
Wow, fantastic to have Hohati celebrating her amazing achievement there with Natalie at the finish line. The monkeys obviously a highlight for her.
That's
It's
right.
quite fun to hear her remember that as being a special moment. But what an experience for her. She only arrived in Hong Kong, I think 48 hours earlier than the race itself, and had very little time to really get her head around the trails here. So as we've mentioned before, what an achievement, and be delighted to see her come back in some shape or form to race in Hong Kong.
And I just hope that her ankle is going to be okay. She said that she had rode 6 times.
Yeah, sounds like a bit of a rough race
Yes.
for her, to be honest. She sounded a little bit disappointed, didn't she, that she wasn't perhaps more competitive in her own mind based on her
Still,
very
she came 3rd.
high standards.
Yes.
But I'm sure she just probably didn't feel like she was pushing as hard as she wanted to. That's the
Yeah.
bottom line, isn't it?
Yeah.
Irrespective of the time and the position, if you just don't feel like you're running as strongly as you know you can, of course it's frustrating. But yeah, what a performance from her, and she's clearly got new fans. That's what the live stream tells us. So really excited to see her continue to compete, of course here, but anywhere really across Asia and the rest of the world. And I hope more opportunities come her way, because not only is she a super running talent, but she's a ball of positive energy at races.
And I hope that I can see her in Vietnam if I ever get a place for the coming World
Yes.
Trail majors in Vietnam. I'll be very happy to see her.
Right, quite right. It certainly looks like a race to visit. We'll try and check in just while we wait to speak to the event organizers on some of the opportunities that we've seen coming across the live stream for focusing all the different runners from different backgrounds and so on. But one of the things I'd like to just highlight is the opportunity to look at the Gran Sam results, since there's some chatter about that now. I'll bring up the results as best we can display them. Yeah, fantastic effort. I'm looking at the screen here. I've got to show the results for the Gran Sam. It's a little bit hard to display this perfectly cleanly, but I'll just enlarge it as best I can. So this is the top 5 male finishes in the Gran Sam in reverse order. You've got there Huang Junlong, Zhang Weiqiang, Liu Yang, Ryan Whelan, of course, the Hong Kong-based British runner, and Wu Yongbu. Just interesting to have a look at the split times across or rather the total times across the 3 races. So a pretty dominant display by Wu Yongbo here to take the overall victory in the Gran Sam. 20 hours and 30 minutes of running in 3 days. It's a very impressive effort,
Wow.
isn't it? A real commitment to compete in this Gran Sam. Beneath him, Ryan at 21 hours and 8 minutes. And then really it starts to get pretty competitive here. You've only got a 6-minute gap across 3 days of racing
right.
between him and Liu Yang. And again, only
8 minutes.
yeah, another what?
Oh, sorry.
Sorry, I think
18 minutes.
18 minutes between Liu Yang and Zhang Weiqiang. And then again, crazy to believe, but you've got, it looks like 3-minute
minutes.
gap between 4th and 5th for Huang Junlong. I mean, really incredible across 3 days of racing. Li Ke and Alexandre Boucher of France due to come in fairly soon. Also, Bai Xingzhi, Zhe Jianding, and also, of course, Salomon Wetstein, another well-known figure, along with David Longo here in Hong Kong. Both runners we're used to seeing a lot on the trails here, also due to come in short succession. So fantastic achievement for the gents in the Gran Sam. I don't think we have a Gran Sam female finisher just yet, but we'll update you as soon as we get any news of that, if we're still live streaming at that moment. But in the meantime, look at this. Two superstar sisters on your screen, Samaya Buddha and her sister Ramaya, the champions of both the half and the full. What a weekend of racing for them and for the Buddha family to celebrate. Supremely talented family. It does make you wonder, as we joked earlier, what would happen if the whole family turned up on the race course.
I know.
But how exciting for both of them, and I'm sure the start of many more opportunities for them to race here in Hong Kong and elsewhere, based on their successes here today and the platform that hopefully that will offer them in terms of getting more publicity and sponsorship. Just doing our best to try and honour the efforts of all of these elite runners who have done so well in, of course, both the male and the female categories, and the Gran Sammers as well, before we need to start wrapping things up for what's been a long day of live streaming here from our studio and on the race course, with our teams positioned as best we can to bring you all the footage we can from inside and above the trails.
A great shout out to all the team members, and also the volunteers in the race, all of them, whether they are doing the course markings, being marshals on the course, and you know, helping out at the checkpoints. Kudos to them.
Yeah, these events really couldn't happen without that huge team effort. There's so many people involved across so many different disciplines, many of whom, as you say, are volunteering to make this happen, and fantastic to see all of that energy come together to make these events a celebration of trail running, but also safe and secure for the runners, so that they have all the support they need to be looked after, since it's really no small thing to run through the mountains for 11 hours. That looks like Joseph Young just crossing the line there.
Yep.
Another very well-known face on the Hong Kong trail running scene, and an incredibly strong runner himself. It's amazing how many people are involved in this event. When I've been going through my network, if you like, or my phone book or something, to just see who's been available to help with the media broadcast this time around, it's been incredible just seeing how many of our running friends or friends of running friends or anything like this are all somehow connected with either racing or supporting runners across the racecourse. It's been actually very difficult to find enough people to help out with the live stream, but of course that's a nice reflection in a way of just how many people are already connected or involved or obligated in some way to some other part of the race operation. And speaking of honouring the efforts of some of the runners that we've been filming all day long, we're actually just going to be able to capture the prize ceremony for the Gran Sam before we wrap up, which is a nice opportunity to showcase those crazy runners that have done all 3 events across 3 days.
Amazing. On the same course as well.
Yeah, it is somewhat unusual to basically run the same route 3 times in a row and know that each time you do it, you're going longer and higher. Always interesting to catch up with those runners and have a full sort of post-mortem analysis of their experience a few days later, because running the same route 3 days in a row is certainly an interesting experience.
I mean, from the training point of view, I'm actually very interested to know whether they are actually running the course, like if they're from local areas, whether they are running the same course over and over again for the training for this race, or are they doing something else? Because it's just so mind-blowing thinking about doing the same course hundreds of times.
Yeah, certainly next time they run on this part of the Mackelhose Trail for any other reason, it might bring back quite a few funny memories of doing it 3 times in a row for the sake of the Gran Sam.
I remember when I was first training for the trail walker, that's my first 100 kilometers race, and I was telling my friends that I would never set a foot on the Mackelhose again. But then, like, maybe I remember 1 month later, I was hiking on the same trails with my friends.
Yeah, it's perfectly reasonable to want to take a little break, isn't it, after putting so much of your heart and soul and energy into a specific trail section or segment or even one particular race. Have a look at the famous Daimosan kiosk here, Lin Jie. Sending file up almost. That looks like
Tony.
That looks like Tony.
Yeah, my friend. Yes.
Yeah, looks like Tony hanging out at the kiosk. Always nice to celebrate the local quirky community spots on the Hong Kong trail scene. There's probably not a runner in Hong Kong who's been running on the trails for a few years who hasn't at some point visited that kiosk for a drink or 5. Certainly saved me a few times when I've been trying to run back to Tai Mo Shan from somewhere else on the Mackelhose and desperately needed some kind of liquid at the end of getting over the top of Tai Mo Shan.
And Lin Jie almost never rests. She'll always have her store open for the trail runners or like any visitors to this country park. I think the Gran Sam presentation is going to happen in any moment.
OK， 我哋而家頒發大滿貫男子組頭3名嘅獎項。第3名 coming in the 3rd position. Before I do that, I have to invite our guest to do the prize presentation. And is Mary here? Mary Lin. Oh, Mary! Thank you. Thank you, Mary. So, coming in the 3rd position is Yu Yang, representing Utopia. Congratulations.
You can just hear the Gran Sam presentation being prepared in the background there as we go around the finish line.
And 34 seconds.
Friends and family waiting for runners to arrive.
代表 Utopia， 佢嘅完成時間係21個小時14分44秒。恭喜！第3名是劉洋，代表 Utopia 完成的總時間是21小時14分44秒。恭喜恭喜！ Coming in the 2nd position is our Ryan Warren, representing Gun Running Joint Dynamics T8.
Just the final three positions here now being announced in the Grand Slam.
42 seconds. Is Ryan here? He's coming.
Ryan Whelan being ushered towards the stage for his second place after Yang Liu just came and collected the third place prize. And here he is, Ryan. What a strong performance to take second across the 3 days of racing. A great handshake there for his fellow Grand Sammer. For anybody asking on the live stream, Alexandre Boucher, the French superstar runner who came over to do the Grand Slam this year, he's still out on the course. He should be coming home pretty shortly. He'll finish in the top 10, certainly, of the Grand Slam, and probably the top 6 or 7.
2025 anti-Guanjin Hong Kong 100 ultramarathon, the Grand Slam champion is Wu Yongbo.
And Wu Yongbo, big round of applause at the finish line for him. Ultimately a pretty decisive victory across the 3 days by an aggregate total, a total amount of minutes of some 30 minutes, a half-hour victory over everybody else across the 3 days of racing. Fantastic consistency to maintain that kind of dominance across 3 days of racing. So huge congratulations to him and to everybody who took on the Grand Slam challenge. What a crazy challenge it is.
Certainly is.
Well done, gentlemen. Great run over 3 days. Amazing.
Yeah, great camaraderie there among those runners. They've spent a lot of time together over the last 3 days. Probably doing a lot of calculations as well after the race day to try and work out the overall standings.
So we have interview lining up to interview our race director, Steve. So here we'll have Steve's interview, our race director.
Yeah, great chance now to hear from one of the people behind this entire enterprise, the race director, Steve Brammer, the mastermind along with his wife, Janet, for the entire Hong Kong 100 operation. Let's go to him at the finish line now.
Hi everyone, I've got Steve here. He's the race organizer of this amazing, amazing race. Congratulations, Steve. It's been going well. You know, today just been amazing. So how has today's been for you?
A lot of fun. We've been running around as well, so we've had to be on our toes a little bit. But the weather conditions were perfect. The amount of talent in the field was incredible. Just some performances that are just undescribably good. We've had a lovely time, and of course the broadcast will stop, but we're going to carry on partying with all of the runners who are still out there enjoying themselves.
Yeah, great. Can you just tell us a little bit more about the runners that we have, because we have such really strong field today? Does it mean that we can attract even top elite runners to come join the event in the future?
Well, it's hard to see how you get more talent than this. Perhaps if Courtney and Killian join us, then. But the standard of running was incredible, absolutely world class. And you look at Guang Fu winning for the second time, and of course he was second in the World Trail Majors last year. Qingui Du, Deng Guomin were third and fourth. So it's they're the best runners in the world, or amongst them for sure. But I think people will see how much fun everyone's having and how they come back every single year. Guomin has just finished his 8th Hong Kong 100. And I think they'll want to be part of it, and we hope they will, and we'll try and fit them in. But no, it's been wonderful to see those performances. Guang Fu to smash the course record and win for 2 years in a row. And of course, a big story of the week has been the Buddha sisters. For Sun Maya to win in a course record in the 100, and for Ramaya to win in a course record in her first ever race overseas from Nepal. What talent! And I mean, Ramaya, I think, is a star of the sport for the future, and Sunmaya is a world-class athlete anyway. She's already, there. So, I think that's what people will remember most from this edition is the Buddha sisters, and good on them. What performances, amazing.
Yeah, they're really, truly amazing. Speaking of amazing, both course records have been broken. So how exciting it really means for this event.
We knew that would happen when we saw that the conditions were so benign. Basically, it's not at all humid, which sometimes it is a little bit. We're subtropical, but it's a cool, dry few days that we've had. So that's been wonderful for everybody, volunteers, runners. But of course, the depth and the quality of the fields, we knew that the athletes were going to push each other. And so I'd have been really surprised if the course records hadn't been broken. And of course, both courses are, I think, slightly quicker because of a couple of route changes that one we had to make, one we chose to make just to improve the runner experience. So the purists would say, well, they're course records on a new course. But actually, you look at those performances and they were probably course records on the old course. But we can leave that to debate over a beer sometime, or soft drink.
Excellent. I mean, I saw the runners at the CPs. They're just so strong. They're super, super strong. And we've been live streaming all day and received so many positive comments, and also from the runners as well, because they really enjoy the Hong Kong running, culture and all the volunteers. And so do you think that, our viewers from the international overseas or in China or in Hong Kong, watching this, do you think it's going to help promote the Hong Kong trail running community culture and the nature?
Yeah, it's really interesting because the Hong Kong trail running community, I would argue, is the best in the world. We've 7 million people living basically in a country park or on its doorstep. So we've got the advantage of real proximity from the city to the trails, and the trails are world class. And we've got a choice of races every weekend, 2, 3, 4 races every single weekend. And so Hong Kong's been lucky enough to already have this incredibly strong trail running community. But what's happened, I think, is the Hong Kong trail running community is becoming the Asian trail running community, or it's merging. So the runners kind of dominating Hong Kong 100 from China, with some exceptions and so on, but there's so much talent in China. But our volunteers, increasingly, we have 1,200 volunteers, many of them are from mainland China. And so it feels as if what's happening is we're all building together this community of runners that started off as Hong Kong, but is now Greater China, and actually more than that. You know, we've had so many runners from the Philippines, from Japan, from Malaysia, from Singapore. I may have said that already. So it feels as if what we have been part of building is an Asian trail running community, and that's so special. So everybody, I think, comes to Hong Kong and they feel welcomed and looked after, and we're delighted to host people from everywhere. I think that the Hong Kong trail running community is embracing being very much part of that, and having the opportunity to see all this talent and to make friends with people from all over the world, and certainly all over the region, with different cultures and different approaches, but one shared passion: trail running and the outdoors. So it's been so much fun watching that happen and being part of it, and you know, a small part of it. It's the people themselves that have built this community. But yeah, super special. Really proud to be part of it, and long may it continue and continue to grow.
Yeah, really good job, because so many runners, they already said that they will come back next year. So congratulations for putting these races together. It's been an amazing journey. Thank you. Going back to you. Oh, do you want to?
Thanks to you, Natalie, and the team. We know how hard everybody has worked to pull the streaming together. The late nights, the dealing with technical issues, just pulling it all together. Relatively late in the day sometimes, because of the uncertainty that you sometimes have about whether something's doable or not. But I can't wait to binge watch back the footage. I've hardly seen it because I've had one or two things to do, but massive kudos to the whole team that has pulled this together, and you and Richard in particular as the heads of the team. It's an amazing job you've done, and we're super grateful. Thank you.
Oh, thank you so much, because it's actually really been an amazing experience bringing Hong Kong trails and bringing this amazing race to everyone. So thank you, Steve. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, volunteer. And going back to you, studio.
Well, thanks both. What a day for everybody here on the team, and it's a big team that's pulled this together, a real village effort on the part of those people here in the studio. Both myself and Charmaine benefiting a lot from a lot of things happening behind the scenes that you can't see, and a huge effort, of course, from the team on the course as well, making the live stream possible. Any particular highlights, Charmaine, for you today in your many hours of sitting here watching this race unfold?
I just think, oh, sorry, I'm starting to lose my voice. It's really exciting. I'm lost for words to describe it. What a day, and I saw so many runners, elite runners, and it's my first time to be here watching it live and commentating with you, Richard. It's one of the most memorable moments for me, and personally, I think actually I want to cheer along not just the winners of the race, but also every single runners who had put so much effort into their trainings, to sign up and come to turn up to the race, in whatever distance that they signed up. And for those runners who probably couldn't make it just because maybe injuries or some other issues, it's just keep on doing what you love, and I'll see you next year.
Absolutely, it's been a really fantastic celebration of trail running, but also our combined love, all of us involved in this, of course, Hong Kong trail running and the Hong Kong scenery that we all know and we love so much to share with the rest of the world. So on that note, we're just going to play a montage video of visual highlights that showcase all of the best scenes that we've enjoyed watching and broadcasting to you all today. And we'd just like to say a huge thank you to all of our viewers and audience around the world, and see you next year.